Welcome to The Complete Teacher, 101 meaningful, bite-sized professional development lessons, each coming with thought-provoking titles, relevant, inspiring quotes, helpful text with anecdotes, data, and wisdom, and action steps. Lesson 47, I talk, you listen, no one learns. Will Rogers says, never miss a good chance to shut up. And an insolent, indifferent juvenile from the 2010s or so says, cool story, bro. When a presenter at a professional development session suggested that I hand notes to the students instead of lecturing and expecting them to take notes, I thought they were nuts. Up to that point, I figured that student note-taking was at the heart of teaching and learning in middle or high school. To suggest that I simply omit that step seemed ridiculous. What else is there to do, I thought to myself. But with greater contemplation, I began to see the genius behind this suggestion. First, consider the traditional lecture approach. Lecture with student note-taking requires little critical thinking. High schools are ripe with it, middle schools can have their share of it, I've even seen it in a first grade classroom. Copying like a monkey is what a former principal used to call it. Monkey copying doesn't enhance critical thinking, it inhibits critical thinking. Lecture-based lessons make critical thinking optional at best and non-existent at worst. The teacher is thinking critically and inviting students to follow along with little or no accountability or higher order thinking. Some students can still learn this way, but for the vast majority it is brutal and largely ineffective. Providing students with guided notes or structured fill-in-the-blanks is a step in the right direction, but it still misses the point. Handing out follow-along notes is just an excuse to continue lecturing. Although it seemed counterintuitive to me at first, certainly different from how I was trained to teach, there was a far better option. I realized that I could facilitate any number of activities that required higher level thinking if I simply provided the bulk of the notes or information for my students first. For me, it required a serious paradigm shift since I was so used to students taking notes. Here's a tangible example. First, provide students with the definitions to your list of vocabulary words, saving 20 minutes of instructional time. Then, do something better with it. Have them create visuals for each word instead. Have them write a poem using 7 of the 15 words instead. Have them incorporate half of the words as they create 3 multiple choice questions instead. Have them create a storyboard using at least 10 of the words instead. Students by and large want to do creative things. Design lessons accordingly. Your students will be more than happy to stop copying like monkeys and oblige. Action steps. When do you anticipate students will take notes? Next time, shake things up and give them the notes instead. And with the instructional time that you save, ask them to do a creative or higher order thinking task with the information. Need a copy of all the Complete Teacher lessons on slides? Looking for an e-reader or physical copy of the Complete Teacher? Want to browse thousands of other top-rated engaging resources? Check out the links below.